Deputy President William Ruto says he's ready for unconditional talks with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Former sports CS Hassan WARIO pays a fine of 3.6 million Kenya shillings over misuse of RIO funds.
Currently, we are talking about 12 counties in the arid and semi-arid area that have been affected more. But out of this, there are also 4 that actually are affected, you can say are at a different level in terms of what we call the alert phase.
Kenya Red Cross Society warns that 11 more counties could be affected by the ongoing drought in the country if enough measures are not put in place in time. Talk to us via social media platforms as SUTV Kenya, Joel Chacha M on Twitter, as well on Facebook, SUTV Kenya and Joel Chacha. Send in an SMS via 111 444 111. We begin with matters politics. Deputy President William Ruto says he is ready for truce with President Uhuru Kenyatta as he blames his fallout with Uhuru on the handshake. The DP at the same time seconding the ban on politics at the pulpit. SHINESI reports.
A day after the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops urged President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto to reconcile, claiming that their fallout is already causing anxiety among Kenyans and has the potential to spark political violence if left unchecked, the deputy president has now welcomed the move.
Niko tayari. Hawa maaskofu wamesema wanataka kuniweka pamoja na rais. Mimi niko asubuhi na mapema bila condition. Kwa sababu mimi namheshimu rais, yeye ni mdosi wangu. Kuna watu tu wakora wamekuja hapo wakaweka fitina mingi.
Ruto has further accused the handshake partner Raila Odinga for leading to their fallout.
Wale wengine ambao wameleta fitina wangoje tuende kwa uchaguzi. Huwezi kuja kutoea serikali ambayo wewe hukuunda.
Kenyans, while reacting to whether President Kenyatta will offer his time to reconcile with his deputy, have expressed there is need for Raila and Ruto to also have goodwill talks.
So Raila akiwa huko ni kama mtu tu wa kawaida ambaye amekuja kuleta uhusiano mwema katikati yao pamoja. Wafanye kazi wote watatu hivyo. Sijaona kama kuna zile nyingine kubwa hivyo.
Following the recent ban of politics in places of worship, Ruto has called on politicians to keep politics at bay during church services. Ruto was speaking during a meeting with a delegation from Kandara in his official residence in Karen, Nairobi, where his allies called upon the BBI proponents to move the BBI bill to Parliament in order to adopt the increase of monies to counties. SHINESI, Switch TV.
And on our question of the day tonight, we ask, do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta will agree to reconcile with his deputy William Ruto? Do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta will agree to reconcile with his deputy William Ruto? Share your opinion via social media platforms, SUTV Kenya, and also you can text us via 111 444 111. Moving on, some leaders and other stakeholders in the transport sector have called upon President Uhuru Kenyatta to make a statement on the unfair perpetual increase in fuel prices. In a statement, KUCO Secretary General Francis Atwoli says the government should prepare for unrest from all quarters. According to Atwoli, KUCO is opposed to the unprecedented hike in fuel prices and would like to urge the government to be innovative with how it raises taxes. Our very own Emmanuel Terer reports.
With the government trying to create an equilibrium between serving its needs and cushioning Kenyans against a tough life at the same time, the aftermath of hiked fuel prices has sparked an uproar from the matatu owners and other stakeholders.
Nimeajiriwa gari, nimepewa gari, nimeambiwa nitafute 1,000 kama 3 ama 1,000 kama 2. Nikienda barabarani juu gari inakula mafuta yote, ile pesa nilikuwa natafutiaga mwenye gari siipati.
The drivers expected a standstill today following the hiked fuel prices, but that did not happen as earlier planned, with Matatu Owners Association Chairman Simon Kimutai saying the strike was just a speculation.
I picked this information from social media, and unfortunately it was anonymous. We could not trace the origin of it all.
Deputy President William Ruto has called upon the cabinet subcommittees elected to advise the government on matters petroleum and energy to do its work diligently.
Subcommittee ya cabinet ya serikali yetu waketi chini kwa njia ya dharura, watoe advice, ndio tujue tunaenda vipi.
ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi is also unhappy with the announcement by the EPRA increasing petroleum prices in the country for the period of 15th September to 14th October by nearly 8 shillings.
Serikali iliongeza bei ya mafuta kwa njia ambayo tunashangaa, kwa sababu hiyo bei imeumiza mwananchi wa kawaida.
University Presidents Council on their side have also condemned the hiked fuel prices.
And if he's part of this process of increasing taxes through other avenues such as fuel, I think then movement in this country is going to be a problem.
Energy Cabinet Secretary Charles Keter and his counterpart in the Ministry of Mining and Petroleum, John Munyes, are expected to appear before the Senate on Tuesday to explain on the price hikes in the country. Emmanuel Terrer, Switch TV.
We shift our focus to the corridors of justice. A former sports cabinet secretary and Kenya's current ambassador to Austria, Hassan WARIO, has evaded a 6-year jail term after paying 3.6 million Kenya shillings fine ordered by court over the Rio Olympics scandal. WARIO and ex-National Olympic Committee of Kenya official Stephen Soi on Wednesday found guilty of corruption and abuse of office in connection with the Rio 2016 Olympic scandals. The co-accused are former Principal Secretary Richard Ekai, Haron Komen, Francis Paul and Patrick Kimathi Nkabu were acquitted by trial magistrate Elizabeth Juma. The officials were implicated in the 88 million Kenya shillings corruption scandal of 2016 that rocked Team Kenya in Brazil. Away from that, Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUCO, has issued a strike notice of 2 weeks, a failure by the government to allow private clinics to treat patients with National Hospital Insurance Fund cover, asking the ministry to get rid of alleged cartels within NHIF. Harry Chimea has more.
Not recalled and reversed within the next 14 days. Then we are going to start peaceful demonstrations.
The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers have sent a stand warning to the Ministry of Health, alleging discrimination in the accreditation of health facilities licensed by the clinical officers.
A majority of the private facility, over 70%, are owned by clinical officer. And once you lock them out of NHIF, which is being used as a government institution to take down universal health coverage, then you kill universal health coverage.
Calling for the revision of the NHIF bill, the union says they were not included in the consultative meeting that took place on 9th this month in regard to carrying out inspection, registration, and licensing of facilities of their members. The union now claims that there are cartels in the health sector.
And the question that we're asking today is, what is this so important? What are these interests that these people are having in NHIF that they would even mislead a Director General of Health to go against and reverse? We will ensure that we smoke the cartels because we know them from their hideout. And we will be asking the President of this country to ensure that certain personalities are nowhere near universal health coverage.
All eyes are on the government on whether they will be able to solve the back and forth tussle between them and the clinical officers in the country in a period of 14 days. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimea.
Meanwhile, the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has today commissioned over 30 newly renovated biomedical laboratories at the Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI. The laboratories are aimed at strengthening research capacity in the area of medicines, HIV and AIDS, malaria, and even COVID-19, among others. Meanwhile, as the country expects a boost of 2 million Pfizer vaccines tomorrow, The country has today registered 511 positive cases, 12 deaths, and 273 recoveries. On to other news, youth UDA aspirants from Nairobi now want the party to offer them leadership positions as parties gear up for the 2022 polls. They have decried being sidelined for years in parliamentary positions and not being recognized as effective leaders, something which, according to them, should come to an end. Majibu Kisao with more.
Tunataka kiongozi mshupavu mwenye anaweza kutetea wa vijana kwenye bunge.
It's now or never. These are the demands from the Youth for Change, UDA hopefuls in Nairobi.
Our opinion, we should suggest that we as the youth should stand and put an act that we need these positions, but actually show that we deserve the positions we claim we want.
The young people claim they have been neglected for far too long when it comes to leadership.
There are very many aspirants, youth aspirants, who feel that they have been sidelined, maybe by the incumbent, maybe by the old age, maybe by the people who have money.
Speaking today at the party's headquarters in Nairobi, they have further drummed up their support for the Deputy President William Ruto ahead of the 2022 polls, less than a year to go.
Sisi kama youth ambao tumeungana siku ya leo, tunamsupport na tunaendorse Honorable William Samoei Ruto kama kiongozi na raisi wa taifa la Kenya.
As political temperature continue to rise, these young aspirants say they will jump into the heating political waters with both feet. Apart from endorsing the DP for the top seat come 2022, young UDA aspirants from Nairobi County are optimistic that they will clinch several seats come next year, for according to them, they have been sidelined. Majibu Kisao, Switch TV, Nairobi.
With that story by Majibu Kisao, we now take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Michael Maithia. Moving on, 23 counties could be affected by the ongoing drought in the country if enough measures are not put in place to comprehensively deal with the crisis. According to the Kenya Red Cross Society's Secretary General Dr. Asha Mohammed, the drought could persist until next year due to the predictions of low rainfall in the remainder of the year, as Scott Morioki reports.
4 counties are in the drought alert phase, as announced by the National Drought Management Authority in August. Moreover, the Secretary General of the Kenya Red Cross Society, Dr. Asha Mohammed, has revealed that by the end of the year, 23 counties in total could be affected by the biting drought. The counties at risk of being affected are Baringo, Kajiado, Kwale, Laikipia, Lamu, Makueni, Meru, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, West Pokot, Embu, Narok, and Nyeri.
The ones we are sort of putting on top of the list. But we believe if urgent and enough measures are not put in place, then we could have up to even 23 counties by the end of the year.
According to Dr. Asha, Kenya Red Cross has reached 200,000 people in the affected counties through basic needs such as food, water, and cash transfers.
So far, we've reached about 200,000 people, and this is through different interventions, mainly through food in kind, also cash transfer, but also through some rehabilitation of some water facilities.
Due to the projections of low amount of rainfall in October and November this year, the drought could go on until next year and happen more frequently as a result of climate change. The Kenya Red Cross continues to aid those affected by the drought. However, their main concern is finding permanent solutions for this crisis. Reporting for Switch TV News in Nairobi, I'm Scott Morioki.
Elsewhere, Youth Agenda YAA has called out the IBC to directly target students in higher learning institutions in the previous voter registration exercises, even as it prepares for the upcoming mass voter registration exercise. The youth have also called upon President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto to reconcile for the sake of peace ahead of the 2022 polls.
It is important that the IBC should put strategies that are going to help the youth understand the importance of voting and the importance of participating in the election. Another issue that the IBC should put across is, number one, the IBC should ensure that in all the learning institutions, whether they are universities, colleges, polytechnics, they have different ambassadors. And these ambassadors should be individuals from those institutions to ensure that they educate their youth why they need to vote.
As young people, we want to call upon the president, we want to call upon the deputy president and other leaders to continue working together, because still they had a manifesto they promised to this country. And for us as citizens, we expect them to.
Time for business news. Economic pundits now say that the historic rise in fuel prices can be attributed to increased taxes on all the 3 products, and notably VAT, which has gone up to 9.98% on petrol from 8%. Our reporter Flora Limuki has more.
On Tuesday, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, announced new prices for fuel for the next 30 days, where pump prices have hit a historic high. This has seen a litre of super petrol increase by 7 shillings and 54 cents, while diesel is costlier by 7 shillings and 94 cents, and kerosene, which saw the biggest increase, is up by 12 shillings and 97 cents. In Nairobi, a litre of petrol is now retailing at 134 shillings, while diesel is retailing at 115 shillings, while kerosene is being sold at 110 shillings.
Our cost of production and taxes are the biggest elements contributing to this. And if we look back, the taxes as a result of our borrowing, and our borrowing is as a result of misuse of funds.
Economic pundits now say that this historic rise can be attributed to increase of taxes on all the three products, notably value-added tax VAT, which has gone up to 9.98% on petrol from 8%.
Going to have, first of all, a reduction in production, because we're going to have the ripple effect is that the cost of producing or delivering products will be high. What that means then, it means we have to pay more to get less.
The increased pump prices are likely to drive up the cost of transport and have a ripple effect on the cost of living to the common Mwananchi, who depends on kerosene for cooking.
Well, the first, of course, is that fuel prices go up. Consumers and motorists, especially those who use premium fuel and diesel, have seen increments in prices. But I think the biggest one is those who use kerosene. And kerosene in Kenya is used by some families in urban areas for cooking.
Kenyans are now decrying over the high cost of living as a result of this burden put on them following the increase in fuel prices.
Hiyo ni kulipa ushuru ya lazima, ambapo hao viongozi wenye wanataka uongozi hawaongelee hiyo kitu.
Wanasiasa wetu ambao wako pale juu, mtu kama Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudavadi, William Samoei Arap Ruto, ni kupiga tu makelele tu bure, lakini hawasaidii wananchi.
Sasa mimi nashindwa tufanye maandamano ama hii nchi ni nchi ya watu gani?
In efforts to mitigate these types of inflation, the government and Kenyans should opt for other means of transport, for example, use of electric cars.
The procurement of petroleum takes place in the most competitive way so that the costs of bringing into the country are competitive in terms of transportation, the refinery costs, and obviously the cost of its transportation from MOMBASA, storage fees, all the way to the rest of the country.
We have solar, we have hydro, which in the soon future, we should now be engaging in terms of having our own production in that line.
I am standing at one of the petroleum filling stations in Nairobi County, and what you can see right here is 134 shillings 70 cents. That is the price of 1 liter of petroleum as of today. Indeed, Kenyans will have to brace for tougher economic times following this move by IPRA to increase the prices of petroleum and kerosene. Flora Limuki, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Limuki. Now, everyone right now is talking about 5G network and 5G smartphones. Kenya being one of the fastest adopters of these technology. Our very own Apollo James sat down with Modhoni Wachira, who's the head of corporate communication and projects OPPO Kenya, to talk about the new OPPO RENO 6 5G and the potential of these 5G smartphone transforming the lives of people around the world. Take a look.
So, Ms. Modhoni, consumers are keen with this new modern technology. So what exactly can they expect in this RENO 6?
OPPO RENO 6 5G. The name itself already tells you that it's a 5G device, the first ever in this market. And so you expect to have a wonderful experience and also a device that also gives you more opportunities to leverage on the environment that you have, because the device itself has very good camera, the design is amazing, and also it has very good color, so it colors your life. Yes.
All right, so let me ask you, what was the inspiration behind the design of this RENO 6 5G?
The design inspired behind OPPO RENO 6 5G is creativity. The RENO device in itself, when we launched in this market about 2 years ago, we did say that the RENO is specifically made for the creators. We want the artists, we want people who are into the creative world, entertainment world. So the design behind this is to bring inspiration, is to inspire to be more creative, to be more authentic, and also to dream bigger and to imagine more. That's what RENO 6 5G design is all about. And you see, it's very slick. You want a device that you can, easily hold on your phone, put in your pocket, and not even feel like you have a device that is budging your pocket, especially for you men. And also for us women, we want a device that we easily slip into our small handbags and we go. So also, its compatibility feels very good for you having it on your hands, yes.
What does this mean to the future of doing business online?
When you talk about the e-commerce platform, I believe we all agree that the world has moved into the digital space. People are buying things from the internet. So 5G means fast speed. That means for e-commerce, it's fast internet. And that means that you'll be able to interact with your consumers on a real life point of view, such that even your goods and even the conversation is real time, and that makes efficiency in business transaction.
Many people before buying smartphones consider bad battery life a deal breaker for them. So tell us about this new charging technology.
This is 65 watts 2.0, yeah? That means in about 30 minutes you have your phone at 100%. That also means that it makes your life more easier and also very efficient, because you know, like you're saying, battery is very important for a person. So you don't want to be on and off from time to time, especially if you're a business person. So this device is going to make your life more efficient. It is also going to create more opportunities for you, because if you're a person who is always on your phone and you depend on your phone for your life and your income, the charge and the battery of this phone is a lifesaver, because I last charged my phone yesterday around 4 p.m. and I'm at 85%. Yet I'm always on my phone, creating content, capturing moments, and I'm always on the go. So this gives me a very good device to work with, and also makes my life very easy, because you never look for me and you not find me.
You mentioned that this phone is made for creatives. What exactly should they look forward to?
I'll give you an example. Allow me to show you on this particular device. So this is the OPPO RENO 6 5G, and this is portrait mode, all right? So let's focus on the background. So assuming you want to blur the people who are behind and you want your content to be very authentic, you use the AI portrait and you come to the bokeh flare. It gives you, and this is the photo that you capture. So it brings a clarity. So if you're a content creator and you're looking for clarity, this is the device. If you're looking for, let me show you. All right. For those people who you want to be seen on both, you want to view and see the other part, you see it still has a dual video. And you can be able to capture and also maybe do your live for the content creators. People can see what is happening on your end and on the other end. So I think for content creators, we have given you what it is that you're looking for in a device that helps you tell your brand story. If I am Modoni, this tells my brand story. It helps me be very authentic, real time, and capture moments. Like our hashtag says, emotion in every portrait. We want even people who are in family oriented to be able to capture those wonderful moments and feel like those moments are going to last a lifetime.
That was a very insightful conversation. Thank you so much for creating time.
Thank you too. Looking forward to changing the game with OPPO RENO 6 5G.
Time to now get sporty. Kenya's FIA Rally Star Program drivers Hamza Anwar, MC Rai Kimathi and Jeremy Wahome are all set for Mombasa Rally scheduled for this Saturday, 18th of September. The Mombasa Rally will be the 6th competition in the ongoing Kenya National Rally Championships, a series currently topped by Carl Flash Tundo. This is the first time the three are taking part in the Mombasa Rally. Both Kimathi and Wahome will be driving Ford Fiestas R3, while Anwar will be in a Mitsubishi Evolution. The FIA Rally Star Program is a global initiative that seeks to identify, train and develop talented young drivers between 17 to 26 years. The program in the East African region currently has 3 drivers, including Hamza Anwar, MC Rai Kimathi and Jeremy Wahome. Meanwhile, Malkia strikers outclassed Burundi 3-0 in the warm-up for African Nations Volleyball Championship, same as the clash against Rwanda in Kigali. The strikers, who are up with the key star Jen Washu, proved to be better team from the start of the encounter driving in the momentum till the last minute. The win now means that Kenya is through to the semis. And today being on a Thursday, of course, Tipping Point is up next from 7:30 to 8:30 with Frederick Mutiriri and the guests already in the studio. Of course, today's topic being, should churches be a political? Text us on 111 444 111. Also across our social media platforms, Switch TV Kenya, and that's all here on Breaking Today. My name is Joel Chacha, and our sign language interpreter is Michael Maivia. Until next time, you have a safer good night.